see you,
Yeah,
Blessing.
thank
Welcome.
you. Thank
Lovely.
you.
I
It's good to
really love
see
your.
you.
That's a sweater you have on, right? I love your
Yes.
sweater. It's so pretty.
Thank you.
And hello, everyone. If you're here for the first time, welcome, welcome, welcome. And if you're an OG returning subscriber, my main people, welcome back. Of course, I remain Ola, your DI bestie. And you know what we do here? We keep it
Thank
real.
you.
I
Good to
really
see
love all
you.
things that
That's a
this
sweater you have on, right? I love
and
Yes.
like I always say, I hope that you leave every video on this channel with more inspiration to create a more equitable and inclusive world. Today, there is an exciting. We are beginning our Moment of Exclusion series. Which has been so
Well, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you now.
important. Immigration is a topic that is around. There are various headlines. If you go on Google right now, there are a million and one headlines about immigration. But I think that it's important to hear from people who. Oh my God, I'm so sorry for that background noise. I hope that it stops soon. But
It's fine.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, nice, brilliant. So I think it's important to listen to the voices that really matter with respect to immigration. Immigrants themselves, either immigrants, expats. It's important for us to talk about
Yes.
so that we can
Yes. I can just read your lips, but I can't hear you very well.
oh my God. This is important for us to talk about. I hope that it gets better uh, long. I think it's a network issue. But yeah, let's just make the best of it.
Yes, sure.
Blessing, I'm so excited to have you. I'm sure people are wondering who you're such a special person to
Thank you.
when I came to the Netherlands around I think it's a of me and I'm so excited to share your experience. So I'll pass it over to you to introduce yourself. Who is
Thank
what are your interests? Who are you? Tell us about yourself. Bring yourself to us.
Okay, thank you so much, Ola. Thank you for having me here. It's an opportunity I really appreciate, and yeah, I'm happy to be here. Like I've seen your lives, I've seen your videos, everything, and it just feels so unreal. Like I'm actually here right now. And by the way, I love your lipstick. It's so beautiful. It's so cute. Okay, so I'm Blessing, and of course I was born in Nigeria and I grew up in Nigeria. I spent most of my life in Nigeria, and I also studied in Nigeria. Um, so I studied human nutrition and dietetics. I have a BSc in human nutrition and dietetics, and then I furthered and I did my master's in human nutrition as well. But I specialize in public health nutrition, and it's something I'm passionate about. And I did a lot of community work with children, especially. I did projects with children, child malnutrition, and yeah, mostly maternal and child health. Yeah, back then in Nigeria. And yeah, it's something I'm interested in. And I'm also a foodie. You already know. We like food. We like food. Good food, though. Good food. Good food, of course. So yeah, I love to learn more about food and about how to use the meals or the food available to different people in different places, to make their health better. So it's not just about eating whatever, just putting whatever in your mouth, but using whatever is available to live a healthy life. And I'm so passionate about it. I'm also passionate about healthy lifestyle or healthy living in in an intentional and interesting way. Not just okay, eat broccoli morning, afternoon, night. No way. It has to be interesting. It has to be palatable. Yeah, I guess maybe because I'm Nigerian. Maybe because I'm Nigerian, we don't do bland. It doesn't have to be bland, but somehow there should be a balance between very tasty and healthy. Yeah, yeah, and I love to travel. Hmm. Sometimes it's a bit difficult traveling with little children, but I love to travel. It's something I enjoy doing. Yeah.
Very all I really my most the fact that here
Sorry, I can't hear you very clearly.
can you is it better now?
Yeah, a little better.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the sound. To be honest, I don't know what's yeah. Let's try to move the device closer. Hopefully it helps. Yeah. So I was saying that having part that because being in the center of the Netherlands to like over visa free and actually hop on a plane with my family and have a nice time in one flight and you're in another country, which is something I really enjoy. So bless
Yeah,
I wonder what really is there anything you decided to move to the Netherlands? And I know you moved with your family, right? Is there
yeah,
any reason? I do think that people do not need to migrate. I said what I said. If you want to be of doing it and go to police where we want to be. And
yeah.
I don't think think that I don't think that it's have a reason, right? So if you do have a reason why you moved to the Netherlands, please share with
Okay. Okay, so we moved to the Netherlands. Of course, we moved as a family, and we had an opportunity to work in the Netherlands. My husband had an opportunity to work in the Netherlands, so we just considered it. And sincerely speaking, and with every form of humility in me, I did not feel like moving at first. I was so apprehensive. I just didn't know what to expect. I just had a little baby. And while it looked like a very good opportunity, I was apprehensive. I just didn't know what I was going to meet, leaving Nigeria, my comfort zone. At the same time, I was excited about the opportunity to give myself and my family better, yeah, probably better standards of living, better opportunities, maybe better education. So, yeah, it was really juicy. At the same time, I had my fears. But yeah, we moved for work, and because we felt like, okay, it's time to explore and do something else. Because prior to then, there were some opportunities, but we're like, okay. you think this is the perfect time to move. And yeah, explore, and enjoy life. Yeah, enjoy the good things of life. Why not? Who no like better thing?
Is my a bit more on. I see my friend in the chat saying that is there's something wrong with my mic.
It's it's fluctuating. I'm not sure what it is, but can you hear me clearly? Yeah, but your mic is, yeah, I think it's from you.
More on. How about now? I see in the chat.
Speak again.
Okay. Um, just a minute. Uh,
And there was some kind of echo at some point as well.
I'm so sorry. I'll fix my sound next time. But
It's okay. It's okay. I can read your lips. I think it's one superpower I'm just realizing I have. So
oh,
at some point I can't hear you at all, but at some point I can hear you. Okay. Someone said it's clearer when you raise your phone. Maybe you should try raising it a bit.
yeah, that's what I've been doing.
It's okay.
Okay, let's go right ahead. So, thank you. I want to listen to far. How long did you say you have spent here?
Mm, I've spent about 2 years, 8 months there. Will
Oh, okay.
be
So
I'll
almost two
be three
years.
years this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how have you settled in so far? What are your most favorite things about the Netherlands?
Okay. So far so good, really. Um I think at this point I feel a lot better settled than maybe last year or the first year we spent here. Yeah, the first year was like,
I know.
but now I feel I'm sorry to sound like this. My Nigerian people, please don't feel like, hey. But somehow I feel like I'm home.
Mm,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Of course, some days it doesn't feel like that. But sometimes my heart just feels like home. This is
yeah,
home.
yeah.
Yeah,
And I
home is not
guess,
just where you eat amala and ewedu, but
yeah,
this is home.
yeah, and I guess that's one thing about, like, one of the interesting things about moving, right?
Yeah,
The fact that you can bring all your skills, all your experiences, and even in a new, you're transplanting them into a new environment,
yeah,
but you can then
this is
make them
home.
home for you.
Yeah, yeah. I love a lot of things about here. I love the organization. This country is so organized. So organized. I love how things are structured. Everything is so organized. And I also love the predictability. You know, a lot of things are predictable. If you want to be in a certain place at a certain time, you can already just, I mean, just plan everything and you'll be there. Of course, because we are human beings, and yeah, sometimes some things fall through the cracks, but a lot of things are predictable. And the safety, the public transport system is perfect. The cycling, I had to learn to cycle here at an old age. I have a cycling diploma. Yes, yes. And I came home and I showed my kids. Look, I have a cycling diploma. I do. So yeah, and I also like the calm, the calm, the quietness. And yeah, so there are two sides to this. People mind their businesses, they're in their personal spaces. They don't bother you. They don't chook mouth in quotes into your matter. Yeah, so there's a side to it that, yeah, you might not really like, but it's just peaceful. It's peaceful. I like it.
I like to
Yeah, yeah.
that part of it. Have it like beautiful
He lived in Lagos too.
parts, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I definitely agree. Thank you for sharing. So how about in terms of we
yeah,
can't hide the fact that we're different. we're,
yeah.
we're living in a country where majority like look like us. And in some moments, right, feel different. Some do you want to share my skin color, your hair, even like just a country, the fact that your hair out like what are those ways specifically that you might have felt different in the past year? Yeah.
Hmm. Okay. Yeah. Just being visibly different is a thing. It's a thing. You walk into a place. Some cities are a lot more diverse than some. But I've been to different places not so diverse, and places you can just literally slide in. You see people from other parts of Africa, and you feel like, okay, okay. But you go to some places, Rotterdam, yeah, you go to some places, and you immediately feel different. To be sincere, it's a thing. It's just a moment of feeling excluded. Like, oh, my hair is different. Everyone has blonde hair and blue eyes, gray eyes, and you just feel different. I've felt it. I've felt it a lot, so many times. Just coming into a place and feeling noticeable, feeling like, okay, I'm the only one with a different skin color here, and it tends to just make you feel like all eyes are on you. And interestingly, I think I'll start by saying a lot of these things start in our mind. It's all in your mind, because sometimes they might not be thinking, at least some people might not be thinking, oh, she's different, but you just come in and you feel like, okay, I'm like the only different person here. And yeah, even when you go to the stores also lets you know that, okay, this place was not really designed for you. You won't find the regular product for your hair, for your skin. You're gonna try harder to search for things that really suit your skin and with the weather, and also everything just tends to make you feel like, okay, I think I'm different, not just a little different, but really different. And one part I think that also got to me a bit was how easy their hair is to comb, so soft. Different people, so soft hair, and then Africans, we have the soft hair, and even when your kids come back with sand in their hair, it's like three times as hard to clean. And I literally beg them, don't pour sand in your hair, because the other people comes and just and the hair is clean. So it just feels so different, so different.
I being able to shop reading and like buying subscription with your what
Do you know the worst part? You go into some stores and you're unable to use your Google Translate. Has it happened to you before? It happened to me when I first came. Oh my goodness. For some reason, I don't know, maybe the very big stores, the network is just
Uh,
fluctuating. And I'm like, okay, I want to know which one is better for me, this or this. I have no idea what it means. Yeah, that happened to me. That happened to me. I think I just had to maybe like take pictures, and when I go out, okay, I check, and next time I know what to buy.
just, just here, right?
Yeah.
When I came here, I did not know bye and good morning.
Of
At
course.
least I can sit in a meeting for the parents' committee in my children's school, and even though I don't understand 100%, I can get like what 40% of what is being said.
Huto, huto.
Because it does the kind of stuff
Yeah.
I've had employee can, that can help with on store. If it's just little things to help, they help with fostering belonging. Also, in terms of your interaction with, your neighbors, people on the road, even using public transportation, for instance, have you ever felt like there is a kind of lack of acceptance or some kind of exclusion or not really belonging as an immigrant in those day-to-day interactions?
Well, yeah, what I'll say is they're subtle, really subtle moments of exclusion. They are not hostile and very aggressive, but they are very subtle. Yeah, sometimes in times past I've felt that way a lot, like yeah, sometimes with a neighbor, sometimes you don't know how well to communicate with them. I think the first issue is the language barrier, not knowing how to communicate beyond, oh, good morning, how are you doing? And not knowing how to say what it is you have in mind. That already is most of the time so frustrating, so frustrating. And also the feeling of coming from a different place where things are done differently, not knowing what is acceptable,
Yeah.
tending to walk on eggshells. I don't know, but I think a lot of us where we come from are how do I say it? Like considerate, or just you're just trying not to offend. You don't know which you don't let me say it in Nigeria. You don't know which one you do that will go through.
The one that would not enter.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, of course there have been a lot of times like that. And also, people having stereotypes in their minds, people thinking that people who come from a certain place or come from where you come from are like this or are coming because of this. I've had someone ask me funny question before. Oh, did you fly? Sorry, did you come by water or did you run away from your country because of war or
Yeah.
something? And at first I'm like, okay. I was
Yeah.
just cringing so much inside of me. And then later I was like, there's no need to feel that way. It's you just need to even feel empathetic towards them because they probably don't know enough. They probably don't know that there are also educated people from where I come from. There are also
Yeah.
people who come because they just want to explore or because they have something to give this society where we are. So I've had a neighbor ask me that, and to be sincere, it hits me so hard. I didn't
I
like
can
it.
imagine.
I didn't like it. But when the second person asked me, I just laughed and I said, "Oh no, I didn't come because of anyone." And of course, respect to people who came for different reasons, because yeah,
Yeah.
their reasons are valid. People who come because they are running away from danger, I mean, yeah, they should just be embraced and and given succor, because yeah, they deserve it. But not every one of us, and not everyone who looks like me, came by boat. Not
Yeah.
I've never been in a boat. Shame on me, but after now, I'm going on a boat. But the Fanning Cook boat, where we're going to be,
Yeah, I'm
touring
actually,
the city and eating
you know,
pancakes.
you know what,
Yeah.
blessing. Let it be in Rotterdam because we have an amazing one here, and let's make it a date. Let's make
Yes,
it a
let's
date to
make
do
it a
that.
date. I
Yeah,
look forward to that.
that's the kind of boat we like to get on.
Yes.
So you see this kind of questions. While I feel like I understand your point of view in terms of like empathizing with
Yeah.
people who did come in
Yeah.
those circumstances, but
Yeah.
I think in big 2026, I think we all owe it to ourselves to really educate ourselves, right?
Yes, we
We
do.
have the internet, we
Yes.
have, there are many avenues to learn about how life works in other countries, in other places you haven't been to, right? So
Okay.
I,
Permit me to buttress your point a bit. We really need to learn.
please.
See, someone asked me if we wear clothes in Africa.
I'm not even going to dignify that one with a response.
Okay, and I said yes. I felt so sorry for the person. But yeah, let's do better. Let's educate ourselves.
So,
Where
no, to be honest,
it's 2026.
very, very, very kind of you, very kind of you. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that. To say yes, we work. No, I no. You are a very decent, kind person.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
I just thank God for that, because I mean I just burst out laughing. What else could I possibly do?
Yeah, yeah, that's so. Oh my God. Yeah. Blessing, I want to shift gears a little bit to
Yeah,
professionally, right?
yeah,
I know that you've worked in retail, for some time. And I know that you've had, with your brilliant experience coming from Nigeria as well, there are some expectations that probably have not been met professionally
yeah,
as an immigrant here. I wonder if you want to share some of that in terms of how people are perceived and treated and offered opportunities based on, where they come from, the kind of passports they have, the kind of languages they speak as immigrants basically, or
yeah.
expats. What would you say you've observed in your little time, working in retail and then just, being in the Dutch job market as a professional as well?
Okay. Professionally, I guess this is my strongest point, because I'll just say professionally you will be humbled.
Mm,
I've been humbled, because I I can't get to be at the B1, B2 level of Dutch just like that.
yeah,
It's yes, you can go to a school and learn Dutch, but there's also an experiential knowledge of the language,
yeah,
which you need to use in the workplace. So I'm a nutritionist, and I've applied to so many jobs. For so many jobs, nutrition jobs, jobs in, yeah, just trying to offer help or nutrition help or lifestyle help or assistance in care homes. So just to work in the health sector. And everyone keeps saying, "Oh no, you need to speak Dutch. Oh, you need to have Dutch to like B1 level, B1 level." And it just feels like, oh, all your
yeah.
studies are just in vain. I've felt like that a lot. Of course, I've had times where I cried about it. At some
Oh,
point of my life, sincerely speaking, I'm just sharing this so other people also know that, yeah, these things happen. They are very real. They are real. They are like real life experiences, that we have to go through as
Yeah.
yeah, as migrants, coming to a place where I don't speak the language. So many times it's always the language, the language, the language you need to speak. And I understand their point because working as a nutritionist, I need to work with clients.
Yes, and
And
communicate.
we cannot use sign language to tell them eat
Or use
100
Google
grams
Translate.
of tampot and not 500 grams. So yeah, I totally understand that, but at the same time, it's really frustrating. Yeah, even
Yeah.
even your English language is not enough. And I must say something I've not mentioned. I also like the fact, and I appreciate the fact that we can speak English here, or you can at least try to communicate with people in English. Yeah, sometimes they say, "Oh, my English is not as perfect," but they do so well in it. But at the same time, the English is not enough to work for me professionally here, and
Yeah.
it has really excluded me from the workforce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, I had to take a job in retail for a bit, also to help me integrate a little more. I just wanted to do something.
Yeah.
And I
Which
worked
is great.
there, and of course, it's different. When you're used to working with your brain, with your
It's
yeah.
still working with your brain, but just differently, right?
Hey,
It's different. It's a different kind of application of your skills. I
yes,
understand that.
it's
Yeah.
really different. Of course, there's also a side to it I enjoyed, the customer relationship, relating
Yeah.
with customers. Some people were so kind, you try to express yourself in Dutch, in the little Dutch, and they
Yeah.
help you or they respond in English, or so for me, I was able to see people, like meet with real people,
Um,
help them with their problems. Oh, would you like this? Oh, this is where you can find this. And at the same time, it was difficult. It was difficult. Then you just know you're so different. And even the little child that comes to buy something knows that, okay, this woman is different. She
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
speak the language well, or she doesn't look like me. Yeah, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed, relating with customers and with my fellow colleagues. Yeah, it was fine. But of
Yeah.
course, there were glitches sometimes. But yeah,
Oh, blessing. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I've actually seen my husband in his career navigate that like excellently. And I would say that please don't even feel like, it's a permanent dent on your career
yeah,
at all.
yeah,
It's a season, right?
yeah.
And I would say keep applying, because even my husband has applied for roles where they said if you don't speak Dutch fluently,
Don't
don't
come
apply.
here.
And my husband applied and got the job because
Wow,
he had some skills that could make up for not
wow,
being able to speak Dutch fluently. And of course, he's
wow.
also still learning Dutch. His Dutch is way better than mine right now. But he
Nice.
was able to, like, say, please let me into the door and let me show what
Oh,
I can do, right?
that's
So,
amazing.
sorry, excuse me.
Amazing.
Please don't feel like, keep applying, keep knocking at the door. One day a door will open. No, don't even second guess that. And I can also relate to
Agree.
children looking at you when you cannot speak Dutch.
Hey,
Like, even some of my daughter's
hey.
friends, when I'm trying to communicate with them, they'll be looking at me like, this woman does not speak Dutch. In my mind, I'll say, and I know book for English. I'm brilliant in English. This one are looking at
That's
me like,
another thing.
ah.
Not speaking the language makes people just think you're not intelligent.
Yeah,
That part makes me feel sad
yeah,
sometimes. But I also got to a point where I don't care. It doesn't matter. I have no point to
yeah,
prove to you. I'm not going to
yeah.
try to prove my intelligence in Dutch. If you can somehow try to understand what I'm saying in English, you know that I'm not dumb.
Yeah, let's meet halfway, right?
Yeah,
While we're trying to learn
yeah,
Dutch, people should also extend grace.
yeah,
We're all living in a society. If you look at many industries in the Netherlands, immigrants are powering the wheels. A lot
yeah.
of industries.
A lot.
Is it IT? Is it
Yeah,
logistics? A lot of academia, immigrants are the ones that are powering the wheels of these
Yeah.
industries. And
Yeah.
we cannot say that as a society, we will wait for these immigrants to be able to speak Dutch at B2 before they feel like they belong.
No.
That doesn't make any sense. Like in the while they are learning Dutch,
Yeah.
we should also make sure that we extend grace to them. And
Yeah.
thankfully, the Dutch consistently win the best English speakers around the world, English as a second language, right? So
Yeah.
it
They're
means
they're
that,
really good. Eh? I give it
yeah,
to them. They are really
yeah,
good
it
at
means
it.
that English is also a language they're familiar with. So
Yeah.
meeting halfway is like, very, very important. Thank you for sharing all of that, Blessing. Wow,
Yeah.
I could go on and on, but I'm looking at the time and I know that we have to um yeah, we have to wrap up really soon, but it's been really good listening to all of that. Now, Blessing, I know that a lot of immigrants are listening to us from,
Yeah.
different backgrounds, different countries, different experiences. Do you have any words of wisdom or courage or encouragement for immigrants who feel like they're having a hard time integrating or feeling like they belong in their host country? Do you have any sort of words of encouragement for them?
Okay. First of all, I'll say your experiences are valid. Yeah, we're not going to yeah, just play down on your experiences and your feelings because they are valid. They are valid. And I also say give yourself some grace, to be sincere. This is one country where a lot of people are kind. A lot of people are kind to immigrants. Of course, in everywhere you go, there are, two sides. There are people who are not so kind and there are people who are kind. But here I'll say a lot of people are very welcoming and kind and loving. This is one place that you can, you know, you can fit into slowly, but I mean, it works. It works. It's not
Hmm.
a very harsh, toxic place. No, it's not. So
And
I
it's
also
okay
say,
if you don't fit in 100%,
oh
right?
no way.
You
I mean,
stand
who
out
does?
beautifully.
Who does? No, 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 not 100%. I'm not sure you can ever get it to 100% because I mean, you always have obvious differences. So what
Yeah,
I'll say is be patient with yourself and know that integration takes time. And also put in the effort. It's important. I'll have to say this because for me, I've had to go out of my comfort zone and try. Maybe because not okay, let me not say maybe because of anything, but because I've decided and I know that it's important for me to succeed and give myself better opportunities here. So I go out
yeah,
of my comfort zone to, try to learn the language, try to integrate, learn what's going on around me,
yeah.
have small communities. Yeah, of course, I love my Niger community so much. Like I can't trade them for anything. I cannot. And at the same time, where you live, because you will not always have your Niger community or your African community or your fellow migrants or expats around you. Try to um integrate, try to have some few people, like just start small and have a community for yourself. It might not be it might not it might not happen in 1 second. No, it takes time, but with time you'll be happy that okay, you have people around you you can maybe practice with, you feel comfortable talking with, that can show you the way around in your city. I mean, there are so many things you can learn from talking to other people. And also, if you have kids, try in their school to volunteer. These things I'm saying are things I do. They don't have you don't have to put in so much effort. You don't have to exert yourself so much or
Yeah,
put yourself all out there. But they're just little things you can do. Oh, volunteer. We're going to set up the Christmas tree from 9 to 10. Okay, I have 30 minutes. I go, I do it, I hear Dutch. My ears are training themselves to hear more Dutch. Just in one little way or the other, apply yourself. But don't be hard on yourself. It takes a lot of time. When we moved to our current city, and my son started in school, every time I went for the coffee time with the mothers, I didn't know what to say. I was always asking for translation. But 1 year down the line, now I
Yeah.
listen through the conversations. I don't ask for any translations. It took time, but
Yeah.
then I tried. I just gave myself some time, patiently and gracefully learning, and just little by little. And also know that you're more than your accent, you're more than
Yeah.
your passport, you're more than
Mm,
the first impression you put out there.
mm,
You're more than whatever it is that makes you look and feel different from where you are. You're much more than, have much more inside of you, and just gracefully let it out. Don't try to shrink yourself to fit into the system here. You don't have
yeah.
to shrink yourself. You can still be your amazing self. Hold on to your identity and learn the culture. I mean, I just let it add up little by little. Learn one thing today, learn one thing tomorrow. Just easy. Just take it
Yeah.
easy with yourself. You're doing a lot. It's a whole lot.
Yeah.
Having to deal with the weather, first of all, is oh my
Let's
goodness.
not even talk about what we faced last
Let's
week.
not talk about it. Having to deal with the little things that you're not used to, you were not born dealing with,
Yeah.
or that were not designed for your maybe your skin, or for where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It's a lot. First of all, give yourself kudos, and then gently, just take it easy. Make sure you're making progress every day,
Yeah.
and don't push yourself. If you don't feel like you made progress today, please leave it. Tomorrow you continue.
Exactly. I have an auntie that used to tell me when I used to try to meet all my deadlines until late in the night, she'd say, if you finish all the work today,
For some, sorry, I can't hear. I can't hear you. For some, for a large part of the call, I could hear you clearly, but it's fine. No, it's fine. It's fine. Um, yeah. So should I continue? Okay. Yeah. So be patient with yourself. Find communities. People from different places. I have different people from all around me here, and it's so amazing, from different continents. And it's so beautiful when you have these people, because you can learn something from each and every one of them. Yeah, it looks like the culture to be on your own here, but please try not to just be on your own, because hey, it can get really depressing. So sometimes just try. Even if they don't reach out, try and reach out. Sometimes people are even afraid to reach out to you because they don't know. They also are not sure what they're going to meet. A lot of people are sweet out there, sincerely. There's a lady I met. Oh my goodness. By the time we started talking, it was just like we turned on a tap. And seeing her from afar, it didn't look like it. But now, we have a kind of relationship. And those relationships make your environment feel like home for you. These little relationships make your environment feel like home for you. So yeah, it's really nice, and be very positive. Just have a positive mindset about it. Look at life with a positive mindset, and try to be grateful for the little things. Of course, there are a lot of negative things we see around us, but we can't base our lives on all the negativities we see. No, we can't. We must, make the best of the positive things around us. Of course, we must not. We're not trying to support bad behavior here. But somehow, you can just find a way to balance things out. Yeah. So, and please don't personalize everything. I'm learning it. I'm still learning. I'm sure you know. I'm still learning because it's so easy to personalize everything, to feel like, oh, this person did this because I'm this, or he did this because it's me, or because I'm different. No, it doesn't. Let's give other people grace as well, because people are going through a lot of things. You might see someone and you think they have it all, and they have some very terrible health issues that they can't even tell you about, and you look at them and you think they are looking at you because your hair is different. They're probably lost in thoughts, thinking about their own issues. It's something I'm also learning to give people, extend the grace you would want people to extend to you. Extend such grace to other people as well. Because a lot of people are going through different things. Even here, this being living here opened my eyes a lot to see that at the end of the day, we're just all humans. We're just human beings. No matter where you're from, people have their issues they are dealing with. So please, let's not personalize everything, because if you personalize everything that happens, it'll be very difficult to sleep at night. You will always be upset. So I've taught myself, please take it easy. Don't personalize everything. Just as give people the benefit of the doubt. And don't always feel like, oh, mine is. I tell myself I will never be disadvantaged. I don't care the color of my skin. I don't care where I'm coming from. I don't care the color of my passport. I will not be disadvantaged. Even here, I will enjoy all that I have, at my disposal. Yeah, people might not treat you nicely, but it's okay. It's on them. Leave them. It's fine.
It's not
No problem. It's not no. You cannot fight everybody. You will win some battles. Eventually, you'll be able to talk to some people that, hey, of course, I'm not saying take any treatment. You like just take it hook, line, and sinker. No, that's not what I'm saying. But there are some people that you just pass that you will never see again. Oh, someone looked or did something, and you're never gonna see the person again. You probably saw the person on the bus or on the train, or there are some things, there are some battles you cannot go after. Just let it. But if it's for the people around you, at some point hey, I'm sorry, I'm not, I don't really like the way you did this. And they explain themselves, oh, I'm sorry, this was what I thought. And you say, okay. And everybody's on the same page. We understand each other. Eventually, you're gonna understand the people around you. But the people just passing by, you can't pick every fight. No, no, it's not possible. A little,
fun.
it's okay.
Apologize for that. I thought next time. But so I, I hope that who is in migrants can also be more intentional about doing better, treating
Yeah,
treating people more kind, being
yeah,
intentional about how you make others feel in
yeah,
whatever moment and time. Because we're all going through a lot, then this
yeah,
is to treat each other well and
yeah.
pick that's like bare minimum. Thank you so much, Blessing. Thank you, Grant.
Thank you.
Having me. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much for having me.
I you coming back sometime, sure. And thanks to every you, anyone
Yeah.
watching right now. That's like
Thank you.
okay. See you on the next episode two of the Moment of Exclusion series.
Thank you.